You are Locked On Mavericks Postcast, part of Locked On Sports Dallas, on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, that could not have gone any better for Luka and the Lakers, and that could not have gone any worse for the Mavs, who lost at home to Luka and the Lakers 112-97. This is the game we've been all waiting for a long time. It finally happened, and I think for the Mavs, thankfully, it is over. Here we go. Welcome into the Mavs Postcast, your team every day and your team every single game. Thank you for watching Locked On Sports Dallas. My name is Jeff Biggs, 36-year plus NBA host and reporter. Thank you for joining us. You can also find us on the Locked On Mavs podcast feed, and lots to get to in our short amount of time. So let's get right to it.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Well, needless to say, we're going to talk a lot about Luka Doncic and his return tonight, and what a game. As I said, I don't think it could really have gone much better for Luka in his return. We'll also talk about the touching tribute video, and on the flip side, where's Anthony Davis? AD AWOL is what I put. I know a big part of that was the Lakers. JJ Redick and the Lakers had the game plan that they were not going to let AD go off. They were not going to let him get going. They were not going to let him beat them. But man, I mean, that was well, we'll get into that as well. And another big night for Naji. And now we'll kind of wait and see if the Oklahoma City Thunder can put away the Suns, and the Mavs would officially back in to that 10th and final spot in the play-in game if the Suns go down tonight at home to the Thunder. But really, I think for me, before we get into the turning point segment, I think as much as I praise this team, and we talk so much about how hard this team fought, and just with how much intensity and dealing with the injuries and the adversity and the trade and all the outside noise, how this team fought and how they kept it together and how they put themselves into a position, to still make the playoffs. I stand by that. But man, watching this performance tonight was really, really disappointed. And again, I know, hey, you have to give part of the credit to the Lakers and for the way that they played, right? For sure. But man, I'll tell you what, that was just disappointing to see. The Mavs did make a run, but just, I don't know, man, just that fight, that heart, that intensity. I think this team has kind of run out of gas. And while I still want to see what they can do, I still want to see, what this team will perform like when it's win or go home. I mean, I'm curious to see what that looks like. But man, tonight was disappointing to say the least. Big night though for Luka, and I know Nick and Isaac, and slightly biased, they're going to have a lot more of a lot of the emotions and a lot of the other surrounding issues. But for us on this show, we got to talk about the game and what happened in the game. But that was a big part of it. And Luka clearly was able to kind of play through his emotions and channel that and go off for 45 points. I really, really thought we would see just an energized, remember AD's first game with the Mavs when he went off in that first half against the Rockets? That's the AD I was expecting to see tonight. And we just didn't see him. I mean, that guy was not there tonight. He was AD was AWOL. That AD was AWOL for sure. And again, I know part of it was the Lakers, and they were doing everything they can. But I mean, there were so many possessions, especially in the first half, when AD was just kind of standing, just below the half court line, kind of watching everybody and watching the play go on. And they don't need AD by the half court line. They need AD under the basket, trying to, make things happen. And so that was just a really, again, I don't know how else to say it other than my opening remark. And that was, it couldn't have gone really much better at all for Luka. And I don't think it could have gotten any worse for the Mavs. And if you listen right now, I think they're still chanting "Fire Nico." if you close your eyes and listen, you can probably still hear that. All right, what happened? Where was the turning point in this game? Well, let's get into that.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
Well, I think you could very easily make the case that the turning point, again, was the tip. What a night, the way things started with that very touching tribute video that the Mavs put together. I thought that was really, really well done. I thought they did a good job with that. Watching Luka's response, almost brought tears to his eyes. I got choked up. I was feeling it. I don't want to say I almost cried, but that was pretty intense. And, you see star players traded in the NBA later in their careers after their prime, but you just don't see, and I'm not rehashing anything that we haven't already gotten into, but you just don't see players like Luka that are just, top 5 players in the league get traded right in the midst of their prime. It doesn't happen. For me, I think the closest thing that I can say that I've been a part of as a media member was when the Dodgers traded Mike Piazza because they didn't want to pay him, and he was still in his prime, and they sent him to the Marlins, and then he went to the Mets. But nothing like this. And so, he came out on fire. He was great. 14 points in the first quarter, 3 threes. And I'm thinking that Jason Kidd and the coaching staff, the game plan was not to double team Luka until late in the third when they finally started doing it. Then maybe that was the plan, to kind of give him one look throughout the game. And then when it was close, then they could go to the double team. That's what I thought they were trying to do, but it didn't work. And Luka, just absolutely went off in this game tonight. The Mavs, though, won the first quarter. All right. Daniel Gafford had a couple of blocks, and then, you get into the second quarter, and this, I think it was brought up on one of the broadcasts that, again, the Mavs offensive struggles continue. And this goes all the way back, to last year's finals, right? But I thought for all the defense, this is, you can just see it now. This is where they really miss Luka. They really miss Kyrie Irving and their presence on the floor. And we've seen this now when the second unit comes onto the floor. It just, nobody wants to shoot. Nobody wants to really do anything. And they pass it around a few times, and then it goes to Naji Marshall, who, Naji, to his credit, he's not afraid of the moment. He'll step it up. He'll do what he has to do. He'll take a shot. His shot has been much better since the beginning of March. He's been averaging, I think, like 20 points a game, or 19. He finished with a team high 23. But second quarter, the Lakers got going. They won the second quarter 34-27. They led at halftime 60-57. Luka had 31 in the first half compared to only 4 for AD. Max Christie had 7 in the first half compared to AD. I mean, all the focus was on Luka, right? But the other side of the coin was, well, hey, what about AD? What about Max Christie? And what about, what they can do? Well, I mean, this was their night to step it up, and it never happened. After 3, the Lakers went up big in the third quarter, looked like they were going to run away with it. The Mavs got close. It was 83-76. When you combine the end of the third into the fourth, the Mavs went on a 15-2 run to take the lead. And then when the Mavs were up 87-85 after a Clay 3, J.J. Redick called the timeout, and the Lakers responded with a 9-0 run of their own, and that was the ball game. That was it. It was over, and the Lakers go on to win it 112-97, and they win the fourth quarter as well, 29-21, also winning the third 23-19, and they win the game by 15, 112-97. They officially clinch a playoff berth. The Mavs have to wait. Either the Thunder will give them a berth tonight, or the Mavs will have to try again in their home finale Friday night when they welcome in the Toronto Raptors. All right, we're going to take our only timeout. When we come back, want to hear from you via the comment crew. Please jump in, share your thoughts on tonight, the game, the loss, the Mavs, where they sit now with 2 games left to go. Anything you want, please jump in via the comment crew. We want to hear from you. That's what we're here for. This is the Mavs Postcast. All right, want to talk to you about BetterHelp. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp, and taking care of your mental health is just as important as taking care of your physical health. But traditional in-person therapy can be expensive, often ranging from $100 to $250 per session. That's where BetterHelp comes in. With online therapy, you get quality care at a price that makes sense, saving you time and money. Therapy isn't just for life's toughest moments. It can help you with everyday stress, learning how to set boundaries, or developing positive coping skills. Having access to support when you need it can make a big difference. Your well-being is worth it. Visit BetterHelp.com/LockedOnNBA today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/LockedOnNBA. And in addition to that, what about what's going on over at Robinhood? Well, with Robinhood Gold, you can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on retirement contributions. The privilege of the very privileged are no longer exclusive. With Robinhood Gold, your annual IRA contributions are boosted by 3%, plus you also get 4% APY on your cash in non-retirement accounts. That's over 8 times the national savings average. The perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive your 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk, rate subject to change. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold at $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Over 8 times the national average savings account interest rate claim is based on data from the FDIC as of November 18th, 2024. Robinhood Financial, LLC, member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold, LLC. Okay, welcome back to the Mavs postcast. The Mavs fall to the Lakers and Luka. The Lukers, 112-97. Luka goes off for 45 points, and that brings us to tonight's player of the game.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
Well, I always give it to a Mavs player when we're talking about the player of the game, and I think for sure tonight, the Mavs player would be Naji Marshall, who had a team high 23 points in 36 minutes of play. But clearly the player of the game tonight was Luka Doncic, who, again, back in Dallas for the first time since the trade went off for 45 points in 38 minutes. He knocked down 7 3-pointers. He had 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 steals. And I mean, he was unstoppable to say the least. And again, can't say it enough. I don't think the night could have gone any better for Luka, and I don't think it could have gone any worse for Nico Harrison and the Mavs. Again, no Kyrie. No, the team is not completely healthy, not what they want. But still, it's I don't know. I don't know if this will ever work out. We'll see. But one thing that was just disappointing is this was an opportunity after a couple of really bad losses in LA against the Clippers. I mean, the Mavs were off since Saturday night, and they had a chance to be at home and to really show, hey, yeah, Luka's gone, but we like what we have too. And it was an opportunity for Anthony Davis and the rest of the team to kind of show what they can do and push back against the narrative a little bit. And it just did not go according to that script at all. And we've talked so much about the Mavs bigs and their defense, and I don't think there was really any moment where you felt like the Mavs were the better team or, were superior. Maybe a little bit in the first quarter when the Mavs were playing with a lot of energy, and there was really the Lakers had really no match in the paint at all. I mean, there was no interior defense for LA at all. But aside from that, it was Luka and the Lakers and LeBron, and the Mavs were just on their heels, playing from behind, trying to figure out what to do with the ball, trying to figure out a way to score or to get a shot off. And Anthony Davis just did not look comfortable at all, and did not look like an elite superstar player on the floor tonight. I know he is, but that was not a good performance for him. And for Jason Kidd and the Mavs, I mean, they get a day off tomorrow, home finale Friday night, season finale on Sunday. They had 19 turnovers tonight, and that was a big part of their failure. 9 of 26 from beyond the 3-point line, and they were 16 of 23 at the free throw line. So it was just not a good night at all. Maybe the emotions, maybe they were trying too hard, but this is not the way you want to be playing as you head in to the playoffs. Now, hey, like I said, come playoff time, when it's win or go home, and everybody's going to say how bad the Mavs are and they have no chance, maybe they'll step it up, and a switch will be flipped, and they'll find a way to come together. But right now, they don't look like a cohesive, well-oiled unit that's heading into the playoffs to make a run. I mean, I thought even with all the injuries and everything else earlier in the season, you felt like at least there was some chemistry there. That is not the look right now with this team. They look, I mean, almost like they've taken 2 steps back, literally with this 3-game losing streak. So we'll see. Got a few days left and 2 games left to go in the regular season before the play-in. Next up, the Raptors on Friday night. I will be with you after that game, so please join me then. But the final tonight, the Lakers win in Luka's return to Dallas. Luka goes off for 45, and the Mavs lose 112-97. Thank you for joining me, and we'll do it again on Friday night. This has been the Mavs Postcast.